Heyo, it's Gizmo, Analysis, and welcome back, welcome to the very first episode of Satisfactory 1.0. I had a Satisfactory 0.8 update playthrough, and now that 1.0 has come out, I restarted, and we're going to be jumping back into it yet again. Now you can see on the very front page, there's actually some of the updates that have come out. You can see right here, there are 3 different versions of the skin. Now that's actually something that they have added in, is you can now have 3 different versions. There's also a bunch of other release things that they've done. They've added in a new tier. They've actually added in the use for all of those like weird space things that we'd find around the map. They've added a bunch of stuff in. So we're gonna go ahead and create a new game and jump into it. We're actually gonna go with the Dune Desert, or let's see. Let's go with Rocky Desert, just because I want to. And we're just gonna name this YouTube, like I always do. Close enough to YouTube. We'll just start game, and we are going to have the intro in, just so that we can kind of get the full experience of the 1.0 update moving forward. So I start all my games, basically. Alright.
Separation from main transport complete. Group 8 delivered to Calistian region. All pioneers functional, initiating dispersion. Attention Pioneer, I am Ada, your personal instance of the Artificial Directory and Assistant. Welcome to the Fixit Incorporated Save the Day program. A Fixit Pioneer has 3 core assignments. Construct. All pioneers must follow Fixit guidelines and instructions when constructing any building. Automate. Every pioneer is responsible for setting up and managing efficient pipelines, outposts, and power infrastructure. Explore and exploit. Fixit selected planets are rich with resources suitable for direct use or further investigation. Stay within your designated. And that is why the world is counting on pioneers like you. Fixit. Short-term solutions to long-term problems. Initiating planetfall. Atmospheric entry in 3, 2, 1. Beginning arrow assist. Drag within acceptable parameters. Descent phase begun. Decelerating. Deploying parachute. Deploying backup parachute. Skipping parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion. Touchdown. Planetfall complete. Drop pod integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable. Congratulations, you are the 3rd in your region to survive planetfall. Welcome to Massage 2, AB, in the binary system of Akicha.
Alright, so we're down on the planet. I always love the intro, it changed just a little.
Loading objective-based introduction. Begin onboarding. Interrupting previous message for higher priority message. First contact safety tool supplied due to presence of alien megafauna. Adhere to Fixit procedure and equip the Fixit Inc. Xeno Zapper before leaving the drop zone. Next objective. Dismantle the drop pod. Fixit Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste. The drop pod will be recycled to construct the first stage of the habitat and utility base, often referred to as the hub. Next objective. Use the resource scanner to find and collect additional iron to be able to build the hub. If you cannot find iron, be assured scans of the planet have revealed sufficient iron sources.
Kill some bugs. Grab them, sure.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might
And we'll
be a
throw
nest
some
or
iron.
an egg. Preserve the
There we go.
remains for
Bunch of
later
iron over
study.
here. A lot of iron over here. If we take our map. Can't take our map. There's more iron over there. We'll go to the iron that's over here because it's close by. Ooh, more plants.
Potential edible collected. Reminder that look and smell alone do not provide sufficient data to determine exact risk of consumption. Interrupting previous message for higher priority message. Next objective. Use the build gun to construct the hub. Iron is a base component necessary for all near future progress, so ensure you build the hub close to iron sources.
Couldn't kill it.
Fix it does not pay by the kilometer.
Alright, so we gotta find a place to build our hub. I want it to be somewhere like that's actually useful and kind of nice to look at. Like I would like to do it up here. I think up here would be kind of cool. But I doubt I'll be able to find a spot that I can place it up there. No, doesn't look like it. Maybe if I get closer? Maybe. Nope. Yeah, probably not going to be able to place it up there. So we'll place it like somewhere, like just randomly here for now.
Hub foundation built. The hub terminal and crafting bench are only the humble beginnings of a successful Fix-It pioneer, but essential for the next steps of onboarding. Once finished, the hub will function as your base of operations. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 1.
We just need to grab a bunch of iron rods. We can make those by hand pretty quickly. Just grab 10 of them and you're good to go with the hub upgrade. And you can see now you've got different hubs. And we've got our storage chest as well.
Storage and frame completed. Equipment like the portable miner can now be made in the workshop. Congratulations
need iron
on
plate
completing your first
and
milestone,
iron rod.
the
Again,
first of
not a
many
hard thing to
providing
do.
access to new recipes and technologies for the Fix-It mission. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 2.
This will be pretty easy as well. We see 10 plate and the 20 iron rod. So once we can see that we can make like 30 iron rod, we should be able to make 10 plate and the 20 iron rod. So it's just going to take a while to get done. And there we go. So now we just need 10 of these. 4, 6, 8, 10, and 20 of these guys. Off just a little. There we go. And 20. Oh, we've got the new hub. And we've got
Hub
power
upgrade
generation.
2, power and shell completed. The smelter can turn raw ore such as copper and iron into ingots, and the biomass burner generates power when fueled. Fun fact, most of the native flora and fauna is compatible with Fix-It technology. Fueling the biomass burner with inappropriate materials will result in deductions or even cancellation of your yearly bonus. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 3.
Alright, now one thing we do want to do is grab an equipment workshop because we need to grab some miners. And that is done through the equipment workshop. So we're going to grab some more iron, smelt it into the plate and rods, grab an equipment workshop, and then start placing down some miners for ourselves. So we've got these two here. And I think there was more on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. Just based off the pings that we got. Iron plate, iron rod. How much does it cost? So I need 6 iron plate. There we go. And go ahead and place this bad boy down. And what we're going to be working towards is this portable miner. So we need 4 iron rods and 2 iron plate. So that's the 2 iron plate. And then we see 4 iron rods. So that's 3, 4, and 4. There we go. So that's our first automated miner, or portable miner. Grab this bad boy in your inventory, switch it out for your hand thing, rotate, and just place it down. You can see it goes by itself. And now you don't have to worry about mining by hand. You can just grab the ore, and you're all set. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is grab copper, the iron rods, and the iron plate. We don't have copper, so what we have to do is go here, click, and it'll find some for us. Which luckily we have some right over here. Hopefully there's no buggies, but there probably will be. Yep. Flying bugs. 2 of them, actually. Alright. They're gone. Now this one. Alright, killed that guy. There we go. So now we've got all of the copper that we need, and all the iron pretty close to our base. This will be pretty quick. Once we start getting everything automated, we can set up the copper area and the iron area pretty darn quickly, which will be very nice. Once we have this copper, we can go back, and our iron should have mined enough that we can go ahead and upgrade the hub to 3. I also don't know, let's see, Q, production. There is a smelter, and we do have power. So I can set up a smelter, actually. If I have the copper and the iron rods to do that, you can get a smelter placed. Now that noise that you hear is that guy up there. We'll have to deal with that later, because right now we can't get to it. So, we'll grab it later, not a big deal. Alright. For a smelter, we need the 8 copper and the 5 iron rods, so that should be pretty easy. The copper ingot, we just need 8 of these guys. Yep, that's all 8. And these 6 copper rods. 5, 6, and we're actually going to need more, because we need some cables as well. So if we go ahead and create some wires, create some cables, there we go. And then we should be able to put down a smelter. I thought I had the 5 iron rods, did I not? No. Thought I made them. Apparently not. There we go. So now we have a smelter. Do like this. What we're going to do is go ahead and place power from there to there. And all the stuff that we've been grabbing, those plant leaves, we can go and place in. And then all we have to do is grab all this, all this iron ore, place it into a smelter, iron ingot, and place all of our iron ore in there. And now, we don't have to worry about crafting iron ingots. This guy will just do it for us. Same with the copper. We can also set this up for the copper as well. For now, we need the iron plate and the iron rods. Let's go ahead in here and grab the iron ingots. Since it's being made for us, we don't have to worry about it. And we can start building all the stuff we need. But for now, we'll place in all of the extras that we have. And we'll make the copper, because we can. So 7 iron rods. And we'll make the copper wire that we need. So 18 of those. There we go. So go ahead and place that in. And the wire, which I forgot to make. 2, 1, and... That's all of the copper wire. That's most of the iron rods. Then we just need the iron plate. So need about 60 iron ingot, I think. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest will be iron plate. We just start making this by hand if we want to, because we can grab the iron ore from here, grab all, and then grab the iron ingot from here. We can make iron ingots ourselves, so not worried about that, and then we can just make the iron plate ourselves. So we need to grab 14 of the iron plate. One more. There we go. And then this will be hub upgrade 3. So smash through 1, 2, and 3 pretty darn quickly. And there we go. Now we have our hub upgrade. And
Hub upgrade 3.
Character
Interior
customization.
Furnishing completed. The constructor can produce simple parts, and power poles allow for the expansion of the power grid. When you make the inevitable mistake, Fix-It's dismantling feature is designed to salvage all resources used during construction, in line with our zero-waste policy. We understand that Fix-It pioneers are only human, and thus prone to error. Next objective, complete Hub Upgrade 4.
Alright, there we go. That's all set up, so now we just have to create hub upgrade 4, which is going to give us the conveyor belts and the conveyor poles as well as inventory slots. We'll do that. So that means that we need the limestone. We also need to do cables and iron plate. So this gives us the ability to do constructors, which will help us to make more stuff. So for now, we don't have the ability to do the crafters just yet, or the automated miners. So we just have smelters and constructors, and we can go ahead and set up a constructor to make plate for us. So we go ahead and grab what we need and make the reinforced iron plate. A couple of that, a couple of these, an iron ingot, and some more iron plate. And then we have reinforced iron plate. I think I need 2 of these guys. Yeah, I need 2, and then I need some cable as well. So go ahead and grab some cable. And then we'll grab some more iron plate, and we'll set up our constructors, which will be helpful. Because then we don't have to make all of this stuff by hand. Add some cables. And then we need another reinforced iron plate, so I need 6 iron plate and 4 more screws. And then iron plate, 6 more of this. Alright, and then, oops, I'm going to make the reinforced plate. There. So now we can go ahead and make a constructor. We can place this guy down right in front of here. So what we can do is set the constructor up to make things like iron plate, iron rods, or if we wanted to, we could even do screws. And so we're going to go ahead and do iron plate. And what we're going to do is basically just pull all this stuff in there, pull all of this, and then place all of this inside of there. Right now we need 75 iron plate. Which is kind of a lot, and so we're doing it like this. We're doing iron plate because we need 70 of it, so it's going to take a while. And that's what we want. So 75 iron plate. Connect it to the power, which we can't. So power pole, I need the copper wire, and I need the concrete, which I need limestone for, which we don't currently have. So copper ingot. Then we will make some copper wire. And then I just need limestone. So this should be, yep, I need limestone, so hit V, scan, limestone. Not particularly close by. 235, 191. We'll go over here. This one's 190 something versus the 230 something. Not very close, but that's not a big deal. If we want to, we can make some more of those portable miners. Oh look, more iron. Oh god, more enemies. Alright. Yeah, we could make some more of those miners if we wanted to, the portable ones, and place those down for us. Right now, I'm not particularly worried about that, because we're getting through everything pretty quickly. We don't need much limestone, just the 10 concrete, and then a bit for the power poles. So what we're going to do is basically just place down a power pole, and then the rest of the concrete can be used for the hub upgrade 4. And by the time we get back, we should have enough of the iron plate saved up for at least half of the upgrade. You can see we've got 2 more iron over here. That'll be helpful. So we've got a very good iron or lead. And we've got 2 copper veins, and then looks like 3 limestone veins near us. So that'll work out pretty nicely for our starter base. And iron ingots go into here. Power. And concrete. And we can make 19 concrete. So we're going to go ahead and make all of this. Again, put 10 towards the hub upgrade, and then use the rest for whatever we need to use the rest for. So 3, 2, 1, and then place this guy in here. That's 10. And the rest can be used for power poles and other essential items. So power pole, there. And now we are making our iron plate, so 20 per minute. So that means in about 3-4 minutes, we'll have enough for everything we need. Alright. Now, the next thing that we want to do is start making some more of these guys. And so we want to do this iron, and the 2 copper setup on portable miners, and then also get them set up for the smelters and all of that stuff. So basically, we just need to make some iron rods because we need make portable miners, which requires iron plate, which we're currently making, essentially automating. So we just need to do iron rods, grab the iron plate from what we're currently making, and then we can just set it all up. So all right, that's the iron rods. This is the iron plate. Then portable miners. Oh. And I want to make as many of these as I can, because again, we're doing 2 iron, 2 copper, which is going to be 4. So we have exactly 4. There we go. Alright. So we just place these into our hands, and we're good to go. Not what I meant to do. There we go. So 2 for the iron, and 2 for the copper. Now you can place more than one, like you just saw, on an iron and copper vein. So if you really wanted to, you could have these guys both on the same copper. But I'm going to do 1 per, just so I can remember. I thought I had 4. Placed on 1, I picked up 1. Okay, we just went to my... There we go. Alright. And then what we need to do is start setting up some smelters over here. So we're going to do a smelter for each of these guys for now. And then we will set up the... it'll be automated eventually. We just need access to the belts and to the actual automated miners, which we currently don't have. So grab all of this. This will be a pretty quick start for us. Only about 20 minutes in and we're almost completely automated. Yep, no power because we ran out of leaves, which is why I was picking stuff up as I was going. We're going to place in the wood, it lasts longer. Grab some iron plate. And we're going to go ahead and make some more smelters. So, these smelters require the copper wire and the iron rods. So, make the iron ingots. Turn these into iron rods. And then we'll make some copper and turn that into wire. Alright, and now I can grab some more smelters, so I'm going to place down a couple of these guys. And we're just going to place them down here. That way I can keep track of them all, and they're not in the way. And then we're going to go ahead and grab... more power. I don't have any cables, so let's go ahead and make cables real quick. That shouldn't be an issue. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And you come all the way over here. I need copper wire. Make some more copper ingots and some more copper wire. There we go. And now you can come out to here. There we go. And then these guys can be set up for the iron, copper, iron, and you can just place in all of the iron ore that you have. And now we're making more iron ingots. So if you want to, you could put down more constructors and have those constructors make the iron rods and the iron screws, or more iron plate if you wanted to, grab all. It really depends on what you want to do. What I'm going to do is for now just have these smelters going. We've already got the plate going, which is very nice. Go ahead and put everything you can here. And place all of that in there. So I've got 40 plate, that's not too bad. Put this one there. Some more iron ingots for us. Alright. And let's see, constructor, I just need the cable and the reinforced iron plate. Let's grab some cable. I need some more of that. And then we'll make some reinforced iron plate as well. Wires into cables. Alright, then reinforced iron plate requires 12 of these, so we need to make 24. So we need enough for 24 screws. Alright, now we can make 2 reinforced iron plate and make a constructor. Now this constructor I'm going to use this guy for is probably the iron rods, just to get it out of the way. I could also use it for the more plates, and just get that out of the way too. Not really a reason to do more plates. We'll just put it in for iron rods, like that. Right. Grab this, you can put in all of your iron ore, and put in all of your iron ingots. And again over here, all of your iron ore. Take all of the iron ingots and place them in there. Take all the plates. Now we have 74 plates. I do need the 20 cables, which I don't have, and I don't own a copper for. So we just have to run over here, grab our copper, come back, and then start creating the 20 cable that we need. And we should be to the next tier, the next hub upgrade. So that'll get us through tier 0 pretty quickly. Again, only about half an hour to get into the real nitty-gritty stuff. Again, you could set up a smelter over here if you wanted to. I'm not, just because right now it's not particularly necessary. I can just... Copper, you don't really need a lot of in the beginning. You do need copper for things like wires and stuff like that, but you don't want to expand your power needs beyond what your current power generation can handle. So if we look at this, you can see currently max consumption production is 20. So basically this can only output 20, and it's already consuming 20, and so we don't want to output more than what we can currently consume. So we don't have enough for that. Alright, hit some iron ingots, turn those into wires, and then turn those into cables. Basically for every ingot you have, you get another cable, and we need 18, I think, so that should be good. Yep, so for every iron ingot, you get 1 cable. Alright. Then, oops, that's what I meant to do. I meant to go into here, place down this, and then we can just go ahead and craft that 1 iron plate that we need. And there we go. Hub upgrade 4 complete.
Hub upgrade 4, landing platform and utilities.
We got this landing
completed.
platform here.
Conveyor belts connect the output of one building to the input of another and transport resources. Due to past incidents, I have been asked to issue a clarification. Portable miners, obviously, do not have a connection for conveyor belts. There is nothing to suggest, visually or functionally, that they can be connected to portable miners. If this is something you struggle with, do not worry. Fixit has alternative uses for all their pioneers. Next objective, complete hub upgrade 5.
Alright, so this will get us the miner that we were talking about, and the storage container, which is super helpful. For now, what we did grab was the queue. Logistics, so now we have conveyor belts and conveyor belt poles. So now this will make it easier for us to start automating our processes. So we go ahead and we can press 3 and we can make a conveyor belt. You can see it does require us to have plate, which we're currently making plenty of. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and connect this guy to this guy. So now all of the iron ingots that we get from here will just go into this guy and it'll start filling it up. So we don't have to worry about automating this process or doing it by hand. Same with this guy. So we can go ahead and do this. Now all of the iron ingots we have from here will go right into this guy to be turned into iron rods. And so now we have an endless supply, near endless supply of iron plates and iron rods. Now we need iron rods for the base upgrade. So if we go into our inventory, I've already got 55, so we're pretty much already there. What I can do is go ahead and place in some iron ore. That's copper. Let's grab some iron ore real quick. And then we can place some iron ore into those guys. And I could automate the screw process, but for now I'm not going to. I don't have any particular reason why I'm not going to. It requires a lot of constructors, and again, your power generation don't go beyond your means, right? So This is be turned into rods, and then this should be enough rods for us. And another thing we could do if we wanted to is pull the wires over there and just start setting up for the automation of the copper, but we don't need to. Again, we can do most of this by hand, and I have a ton of copper in our inventory. The one thing we don't have is the limestone to make the concrete. That's not that big of a deal, so what we can do is just... Oops, come over here. See how much we have for copper ingots. Well, we've got plenty, so we need to make 50, so that's going to be 50 copper ingots. And actually, what I can do is over here, I'm going to take all of this stuff. I'm actually going to turn this into a copper ingot factory and input all of this. There we go. So now we're making copper ingots ourselves, and we don't have to worry about it. So while that's running, we can just go over to the limestone and grab all the limestone that we need to make our 20 concrete. And after that, we'll be all set for our landing platform. Let's see, more iron, which we don't need to work with now, but we do have the concrete. I don't remember how much I actually need. We'll grab something like 40, just because. Now, if you wanted to automate this to make it faster, you could just put down a portable miner and not worry about it, but I didn't put down a portable miner. I just set it up on the iron and copper. I could have, instead of doing iron and copper, I could have done iron, one on the copper, and then one on the limestone, which probably would have made this a lot, you know, less sanity inducing, but not a big deal. Alright. Go ahead and pick up this guy. We have all the stuff we need. And here we go. So now we can go ahead and make, only 13. It requires 3, not 2. I was really hoping it was 2 per. That's fine, we already had some, so hopefully, yep, this will give us the 20 we need exactly. And then the cable we can create from the copper and the iron rods we have being automated already. So iron rods, boom, and the copper, boom. So now we just have to make all of the copper cables, and then we have all of the iron rods. So do the copper cables by hand. So we need to make the wire. So you basically just need 100 copper cable, because 2 copper cable two copper wire turns into a copper cable. So, yep, we ran out of power. I expected that much. All right, now we can make the copper cable. And there we go. Alright, so now we can go ahead and get the last upgrade we need in here. Woo! And we're good to go.
Hub Upgrade 5, Power Expansion, completed. The miner, unlike portable miners, can be connected to conveyor belts and requires power to function. Caution: as you expand, the energy demand of your production may exceed the capacity of your power grid. The onboarding program was established because Fix-It pioneers often experience memory issues after planetfall. If you are experiencing nosebleeds, nausea, existentialism, or an itchy scalp, there is no need for concern. This should pass within 5 to 7 workdays. Next objective: complete Hub Upgrade 6.
Alright, so we have one more hub upgrade, and now I am going to go ahead and place a portable miner on that limestone, because we need some to create the miners that we have. We're going to go ahead and take a portable guy over here. Just set him down right here. Let's go ahead and grab some limestone as well. Alright, and then along with this guy, that should be plenty. For now. Well, I need 20. Wait. And so 20 means 60, because it's 3 per, so... Yay! 60. There we go. Alright, so now we should have the 20 that we need to place down our first actual miner. And then we have our storage chest as well, which will be very helpful. And so with the storage chest being set up, we will be able to store all of our items and have our base continuously process stuff. Alright, and then we just need to turn this into concrete. Alright, and then all we have to do is place down a miner, which means we need a portable miner. So, we come over here and grab this guy. Pick up the miner. Place down a miner Mark 1. And there we go. Now all we have to do is place down conveyor belts connecting it to this guy. And now our miner will be automated. That's 4 out of 4. So, I'm going to go ahead and create another one of these, which means I need copper wire and cable. Not that big of a deal. Pretty easy to make. Copper wire. Cable. More copper wire. Alright, this should be easy to do. One. You can look at this power line and place it down, and it'll connect it right away. So there we go. So now we've got our miner, to our smelter, to our constructor. So we also have a secondary power source now. So if we go ahead and place down another pole, what we can do is actually get rid of this line. Place this guy to here, this guy to here, and this guy can go to this guy. And now we have both of these guys set up on the same power source, so we can go ahead and place stuff into both of them. And you can see, we now have a capacity of 40 and a max consumption of 25. So now we are creating the iron ore that we need and turning it into the plates that we need as well. Take in all of this and turn it into plate, and we're all set up. So now all we have to do is complete hub upgrade 6, and this is going to be the space elevator, the biomass burner, and 3 inventory slots. Now this requires a lot of items. You can go ahead and put in some stuff, but you can see it is a lot of copper cable, it is a lot of concrete, and a lot of iron rods. Now the copper cable we don't currently have being automated. That was a personal decision on my part. So what we could do though is go over to there. We could set up a miner for it, and then we can set up a smelter, and that'll turn it into copper and then a constructor. Now we do currently have the power generation to do that, and so we might end up just taking it over there and doing it for that purpose. So also, I could just set up another smelter here with the stuff that I currently have, because I have a ton of copper, and we can just set it up here and then just transport things back and forth. So that's another option we can do. So if I grab all of this, go ahead and place down a smelter. For now, we'll just place it right here. We'll just connect it to this guy. And this can be turned into a copper smelter. And we go like that. And we also have the copper smelter all the way over here as well that I had set up originally. And we can go ahead and get rid of this guy, because we just don't need it, because we're placing down another copper smelter over here. What we can do is place down a constructor if we want to, and turn all of this copper into the copper wire that we need. So 100 of this guy, which is basically what we need. So 100 of this, and then the limestone that we have being automated as well, we should have 100 of that, which won't give us 50. It'll give us like, well, 100 times divided by 3 is like 33. And so it'll be close to, we'll be pretty close to, but not exactly there. The only thing we're going to need is this limestone to be completed. So we're going to let the iron rods do what they do, because currently they're being automated, and we're just going to go ahead and mess with the limestone, because we have that automated. Well, kind of. We have it being mined, which isn't really an automation. Let's see. So How much do I have currently? If I pick all of this up, I only have 100, and then 50, so 42 times 3, which is 84, 126. So I need 126 limestone in order to make the 42 that I need. So 129. There we go. So there'll be enough limestone to make all the concrete we need. And then we're just going to be waiting on the iron rods because those are made kind of slowly. Right now we're not worried about messing with numbers and trying to figure all that out. Right now we're just worried about getting things. In the next episode, because we're going to get through all the hub upgrades of this one, it's kind of the point of this one is getting through the tutorial as fast as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the concrete. Again, to do it faster than what I had, all you have to do is set up portable miners, like just get your portable miners right off the bat, set those up on all of your nodes, your limestone, your copper, and your iron. Let them sit while you're doing other stuff, and you'll get through it quicker than I did, but this is still a pretty quick process. Again, we're going to get it done in one singular episode, blasting through all of them. Alright, so that's 42. Place that down, and the last thing is just those iron rods that we have being automated over here. 49 of these guys, so you can see, we're now at exactly, pretty much exactly the 100 that we need to get to hub upgrade 6, so boom, we're done.
Hub upgrade 6.
Now
Landing
we're into tier
platform
1.
Hydraulics completed. Freighter landing initialized. Congratulations, you have completed onboarding and achieved the absolute minimum skill level required of a Fix-It pioneer. Fix-It looks forward to your future achievements, because a future with Fix-It is a future with you. Tier 1 and 2 milestones are now available in the hub, and biomass burners can now be built individually. Your first official objective is to initiate project assembly by building the space elevator. This objective will take a significant amount of resources, so Fix-It recommends getting to work.
Alright, so you can see we got access to a couple things. The biomass burner. We also got the, I think just the biomass burner. And then under here, we also got biomass leaves. Now, the trick to this is that the leaves and the wood that you pick up along your way, you want to grab those, like this stuff. You want to grab as much of this stuff as possible along your way. So while you're out and about, just grab up a bunch of this, because it's going to be used later on. And this is when we're going to start using it. So what we need is to have 2 separate constructors. One for the leaves and one for the wood. And you can also see we actually got access to this guy. This guy is just a portable container, basically. It flies away and delivers the stuff that we need to wherever it's going to go. So we can create the biomass wood and the biomass leaves. What we're going to do is go ahead and create 4 reinforced iron plates. So we need a bunch of screws. What we're going to do is create some iron rods. Enough to grab 4 reinforced iron plates. That should be good because we need 48 screws. So once it says 4, we'll be pretty much done. And then we just need to grab some cables as well. Here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab some cables. Alright, and we're going to grab the 2 constructors that we need. So, production constructor like this. We need 8 cables, so what we're going to do is go over here, grab all of the copper ingots, and we're going to make some more cables. So I need 16 cables in total. Currently I have 11, so it's just 5. Good. Alright, and again, the 2 constructors that you need, like this. So go ahead and place these guys down. So 1 and 2. What we're going to do is set this up for leaves and set this up for wood. Did I leave enough room? And we'll move these again. Not a big deal. Alright. So this one's set up for leaves, so you can do is put in all the leaves you have and set this one up for wood. We're going to put all the wood we have. And then what you need to do is have a power pole. So we need more concrete and more copper wire. Now, I can't really make concrete because I don't have enough limestone. Not a big deal. But we're going to go ahead and make some wires and then make some cables as well. Alright. And then I think I can place down, yep, just 1. So connect this guy to this, get that, and this guy to that. Works for me. Alright, now the power grid did shut down because we currently are working with just those 2. What we need to have is a biomass burner So we need to make some more stuff to get a biomass burner. But essentially what's going to happen is this is going to create biomass for us. Once this creates the biomass, it goes into a biomass burner, and you can output this guy like this, and you'll be running these biomass burners in an automated setup, so that way they're all being fed. So to create a biomass burner, we need the steel plate, the iron rods, and the copper cable. Now the steel plate and the iron rods we already have being automated. We just need to grab these guys. Out of where they're being stored. And then the copper cable we can make ourselves. So we just need 6 copper cable. Or copper wire, I should say. There we go. So then we can create a biomass burner, and we're going to do it, butt it up to this guy. Like so, if I can get it. There it is. Alright. Then we're going to create a belt that goes to this guy. And then this needs to be connected to this power pole. So now what we have is a biomass burner that's being automated with fuel. And so once this guy turns on and creates the fuel, we will have biomass going into our biomass burner. And that'll be pretty much automated at that point. So our energy supply we won't really have to worry about. What we're going to do is go ahead and get it started, create some biomass out of the wood that we have, and then place it into this biomass burner. And you can see this biomass burner actually runs at 30 megawatts. And so the 30 plus the 40, you're running at 70 now. And so now we have quite a bit more. And we're actually creating this biomass from the leaves, and we're getting 5 biomass per 10 leaves, which isn't that much, but the biomass burns at a pretty slow rate compared to all the other stuff that we have. So I'm not that worried about it. Now we can just start picking things up, and we can increase the amount of stuff that we have. So we're going to go ahead and grab... We need to grab some wood, and we need to grab some stuff. And the best way to do that is just kind of go over to an area with a bunch of trees, and there should be stuff on the floor. You can also just walk around your base, picking stuff up as well. So, now the next part for base building, we're going to need to automate that limestone, which means that we're going to need to put that limestone into a automated miner plus a smelter, which we can do because we now have our increased power generation. And that increased power generation should give us just enough to do what we need to do. We're going to go ahead and grab some more of this stuff. You can see it gives you a pretty good amount of leaves and a pretty good amount of wood just from grabbing the random bushes on the ground. Now the wood is technically more valuable than the leaves are, because the leaves are every 10 gives you a, I think, like a small amount, but the wood gives you more per item. And this does grow back. I don't know what the rate that these things grow back at, but if you don't destroy like the tree near it, it will grow back. I'm pretty sure is what I had is the case. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty darn sure that all this stuff does grow back. Now we're making our way to the limestone. I'm just doing it in a roundabout way, so that way we can start making the biomass with all of the stuff that we're picking up. Now, we're going to have a lot of leaves and a lot of wood, which will keep us going for quite a while. And again, because we don't have these splitters or mergers, it's going to create kind of a harder issue because we don't have the ability to merge and split everything into their individual belts. Because what I would like to do is have the leaves and the wood biomass makers be on the same belt, feeding into multiple different biomass burners, but we can't do that right now. Now, the reason I'm doing base building instead of the logistics is because base building gives you the ability to make floors, and that will give me the ability to keep my base organized. And so I want to organize my base first and foremost before I do anything else, and make sure that's all set up. So that way I don't have to worry about organization later down the line. So we're going to create another biomass burner. So we need to have some more of the copper wire. We're going to go ahead and create that. Right. Create another biomass burner, and we're going to do this right in front of this guy. One in front of the wood, one in front of the leaves. We'll just connect it up. And then the power, we're going to go ahead and create another pole, which means I need more copper wire, more concrete, and some cables. Go ahead and grab that, so concrete. Go ahead and make as much concrete as we can, because we do need 200 of that. Again, the concrete area is going to be the next thing that we start getting set up and automated. So, it's not going to be that hard thing to do. Be pretty darn quick. Alright, let's go ahead and place down that pole. Alright, so now you can see if we go into our electricity, we have the ability to now make 60. So what we're going to do is run a miner and a smelter over at the stone area. So I need to create a portable miner. And then I need to double check. So smelter, 21 out of 5. Yep, so we're good to go. I can make a miner and a smelter. So we're going to go over here and we're going to grab that. Again, just grab stuff along the way, so that way you still have a continuous supply of your biomass. Alright, and then over here, we will need to run power to this area as well. So we can start doing that. I'm going to do it backwards, basically. I'm not going to run the power to it, I'm going to run the power from it. So, technically you can use the portable miner that's already here, but having an extra portable miner is never a bad thing. So, that's why I made another one. Mark 1, place it down so the opening is this way. Then go ahead and set up your smelter. And it's going to be right in front of this guy. Like that. Go ahead and connect it up like this. And then we're going to run the power, where it's only got 1. So 1. And run that. And then what we're going to do is start building the conveyor belt moving forward. And it is going to intersect with this iron. Well, actually, I don't have to have it connect. So technically, I could... I'll just run it around. Why not? I like having my belts make sense so when it clips with things. I don't like the way that looks. So I'm going to use a bit more of my resources just to make it make sense for myself. Because again, I don't like it when it clips through items and it just looks like it doesn't work. Alright, and we're going to bring this guy all the way here. And the purpose of that is the smelter will turn the limestone into concrete, and we're just going to have concrete constantly being output right there. And then what we're going to do is grab some cables, and we're going to run the power all the way to that area as well. So we're going to need quite a few cables and quite a few copper wires. So we'll turn all the ingots we have into wires, and then transport the electricity all the way down there. Create a couple of these, that should be good. And then run power. Create a power pole here. And just run the power all through here. Surfaces to an even, that's fine. Try to get it as far away as you can. That was probably about the very, very end. That's where I could run it. And there we go. So now you've got your... Oops. Actually, I think I need a constructor. I don't think this... Yeah, I think this is only for ores. I think I got this one wrong. Hold on. Pretty sure I got this one wrong. So a constructor turns it into concrete. That clips. This will be destroyed eventually, so I'm not worried about that. It'll look like it makes sense eventually. Yeah, so it's not a smelter that turns it into concrete. It is a constructor. So you need to grab 2 more cables and some reinforced iron plate. 1, 2 screws for the reinforced iron plates. Once we have 48 screws, I think, right? 48. Alright, and then this requires the iron plate. Oh, it's only 24? Nah, whatever. Alright, so there we go. So now what we can do is delete this guy and this guy. And we can go ahead and put down a constructor, like right here. And we can run that, and this can be made to make concrete. And then we can power it from this guy. And then we should have the limestone coming over here eventually. Yep, you can see it down there. Here comes the limestone. So now we're automating the concrete process. So again, it's 200 concrete, 100 plate, and 100 cables. We just put all the stuff we picked up back into the biomass makers. And you can see, this has a lot of biomass in it. Currently 199. This isn't even using that much. It's already got 200 inside of it. This has 162. So that biomass is going to last us for quite a while. Another thing you can see is like this guy's not even producing any electricity. Both of these have no fuel, so we're literally just running off these two biomass burners. And so we've completely gotten rid of all of this. So those don't even need to be connected, and we're just running straight off of the other guys. So now this entire base is being run. We can start setting up some more things. So we've got all of the iron plate that we need. And then we have all the iron rods we need, so now all we need is just the concrete. So that's not that big of a deal. So then we can input everything we have, and then it's just the 200 concrete. So this guy, there we go. Now we're going to start producing concrete as well. And so now we've got everything automated. So we've pretty much run through all of the hub upgrades in this episode. What I am going to do is just start making some concrete by myself. And then I want to get through... Actually, we got through all of the hub upgrades. This is just the first tier research. So I'm actually going to go ahead and call the video there because we are at that top. Excuse me, we're at that time. I'm going to go ahead and just cancel that real quick while I do this outro. So anyways, folks, I'm going to go and call it there. We managed to get through basically the entire tutorial series. So if you wanted to skip the tutorials, you could. There's a checkbox when you're creating a new world, and you can just hit skip tutorial, and then you're basically set up at this point without any buildings, just with some of the stuff that you would get if you made it. It gives you like a little bit of items and stuff like that. So hope you folks enjoyed this video. If you did, go and give it a thumbs up. It helps me out greatly, and I really appreciate everyone that does. Also, if you want to keep up to date on all my past, present, or future videos, I've got Factorio Fridays, I've got Satisfactory Sundays, and I've got Tectonica Thursdays. And I might be putting some more of those videos throughout the week. It really depends on how many videos I have and how much I feel like doing. But as always, I hope you folks have a wonderful day. Bye!